The state of that thing.
And welcome back to yet another podcast. Same as last week, I've given up counting because, again, I've only got 10 fingers, 10 toes. And I've got another guest this week, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you.
Hi, I'm Louis Barlow. I'm from Rufftuff Riders, UK. We're based in Sheffield. We have a group of young riders that are just coming through. We normally take on riders to help them progress using the help of social media. We're just riding for a cleaning bags product called Interflon, and we're just helping them out with sales and directory at the moment. But as we progress, we're hoping to bring on more riders and help them progress in the industry.
So how long have you guys been up and running for then?
Probably about 2 years to this Christmas.
Yeah. Right. So, and you predominantly kind of work with like the younger sort of riders, do you?
Well, mainly, yeah, because they're the ones that mainly come through, but we're looking to work with such like older riders, more in the 20s, 30s. It doesn't really matter. It's just more getting them out there and getting them recognised in the industry.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm 30 years old, and like I consider like 20s like really, really young. So
Yeah.
it's one of those things, really. So you said that you work with Interflon as well. Like, I managed, like, as you've probably seen through the Instagram feed as well, I managed to get a sample from Interflon, and my God, that like the Fin Super.
Oh yeah,
that is unbelievable stuff. That's really cool stuff. Like, how have you found like working with the rest of the range of their products and stuff?
Well, we've had a range of it. We've had the grease, we've had the cleaner, we've had the lube, we've had some of the stickers. They've sent us some of their merch, like their obviously we've had the hearts, we've had the clip-on things, we've had the lanyards, we've had quite a lot of things for them. We're really grateful for it, really, because some of their products is just amazing. We've got riders using it as, in the bottles that you can add on the jet wash to make it like snow foam.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that,
We've had riders using it like that, and it's just unbelievable. But like, we was using muck off, and we was all putting like money too. We was getting bottles of it, and it was just silicone rubbish. It was just going on your bike, and then it was making it look good. But then when you come to clean it next, it was wiping off like load of rubbish. It was like oil.
Yeah, right.
It gets on your disc,
Well, no, yeah, especially the disc stuff and like I mean, I still use like bits of muck off for cleaning, like general purpose. But like, if the rest of the products from Interflon are like how the Fin Super's been, then I think I'll honestly be converted to using Interflon, to be honest with you. But they're like more industrial sort of products, I'm assuming.
Yes, they are. Yes.
Yeah. So, because like, I mean, I was talking to like a colleague at work, and I was like, look, I got a free sample from this, so I didn't pay for it, But like, honestly, like look, I just showed her like the pictures and stuff. I said, this is like a really, really filthy ride, and it was like the chain was kind of like really still like gleaming, to be honest with you. And it's not many products that you get out there that actually do that. So, but yeah, I mean, kudos to them for creating something like that. But like, again, like, they're industrial. You don't usually see that kind of creeping into like the more commercial market, really.
Industry.
Well, yeah, especially that, really, because it's usually like, you've got like muck off, PTs, you've got
cleaner, all those, isn't there?
Yeah, exactly. You've got all that sort of stuff, and people just kind of tend to go with like what's in the local bike shop, or or Halfords or something like that. And I think for the most part, like more people, it does the job. But like you say, there's once you've used it for a long enough time, and then you use something else and you find limitations and stuff, I think more people will be converted.
All right, yeah. Well, we get sent it very often, and we're really grateful for it, really, because it's not like every day you get sent free samples from companies unless you're really high up in the mountain bike industry. But we we've got it really good. They send us some samples. They send us this. Could you try out this? Could you give us feedback? We get our riders to give us feedback. We get them to put it on social media. I think we've got sales from other riders from all around the UK really buying their products from now.
Yeah.
But I think that's the main reason that we interest them, because we bring them in sales, and obviously we use it to his advantage. We don't just use it and not give any feedback. We do give them feedback and reviews on it. We have reviewed them on Google. We've done YouTube videos. We've done everything to really support them as a business.
Yeah, but like you say, like the majority of the stuff that they produce, like it is very sort of like industry sort of standard.
Yeah.
I really like that. I like that sort of clinical sort of approach to sort of things and that. I mean, I've done a few reviews like through my channel and stuff, and I've never known like an actual sort of product to be that good though. So just moving on to more like other things. I mean, do you like kind of how do you envision like the page to grow, like as a team and things like that? Do you see like being able to kind of take on people and with as a sponsorship and give them these products, or is it kind of more kind of for yourselves or what?
Well, really, we have taken quite a few riders on, but at the moment there might have to be some reductions in somewhere, because we have taken riders on that aren't fully committed. They said they would be, and then it's ended up we've not really got any feedback off them. We've not really got any content, and it's sad really, because when we're out to help them and they're not out to help us, it's like it doesn't work both ways. You need to be fully committed or not, really.
Yeah, that's quite sad, because like I see a lot of your posts. You do put like a lot of work, and I mean, I don't see your behind the scenes sort of stuff, but if it's like anything like sort of video production or anything like that, I mean, I can see that you put like a lot of effort into it as well, you know.
Yeah, to say it's one man, and I've just got one other friend on the account just keeping active, like liking posts and stuff. I'm really obviously I set it up, and now I've had to make it grow from there. Obviously we've got the jerseys from Ride It, but obviously it's just only the thing with jerseys and like obviously merch we found is how long they take to come. The quality is brilliant, but it's how long they take to come and the prices. So, and lately we've just sorted a new company out with one of our riders, Dad's friends. He owns a company, so hopefully we're going to get more merch in, and obviously we'll get some freebies within that, and then we'll be able to do giveaways and stuff, which will boost us as a Instagram account, and we'll get more following through that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, like looking at your Instagram to date, like I mean, you're like on nearly 350 followers, and that's just with 72 posts. Like that's quite a good following so far, like as following things go and stuff like that. But I mean, yeah, there's getting loads and tons and tons and tons of followers and stuff like that. But like at the end of the day, you want the right people to follow you, you know?
Yeah, we don't want clickbait followers. We want people who's going to be interested, commenting, wanting to text us. We have kids. I'm not joking. We have about 12 kids per week, different 15, 20 kids actually texting us ideas on their mountain bikes. If the mountain bike's good, if they do this, can they have the photo put on the page? Can they be in the club? It's constantly growing and growing. So only way I can see from here is it's just going to get better and better. Hopefully, I'm aiming for about 5,000 followers within the next year.
That's a good number, mate. Yeah, I mean, I'd quite like 5,000 as well. It's one of those things that if you put in the right amount of effort, I think what happens is it kind of starts off slowly. Then as traction gains, you're like, oh wow, this thing's taken off, kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
I hope it does get to that point. I mean, beyond like social media and things like this, I mean, like what do you think would be like an ideal sort of goal for like Rufftuff Riders UK? Like, what's the kind of like the big plan for you guys?
Well, the big plan, what it was when we set out, it was set out to obviously help riders get along. We want to get a solid race team, start racing a few downhills and stuff. Not serious, just if it gets serious, it gets serious, but we want to get to something big where we can start supporting riders with kit, starting supporting riders with parts and even bikes if we really kick off. But we have been speaking to some sponsors. They've all been telling us to message them back in January because they're really intrigued to help us. But it's just like a length of time. You've got to take it as it comes, really.
Yeah, no, that's I mean that's a lot of these sort of like big name sort of bike places, like bike companies and stuff. They're really busy, and that's something that you need to take into consideration with your planning. I think a lot of the time as well. Like so, hopefully by like next year, like we're gonna see like big things from from you guys and stuff like that.
Yeah, me as a rider, I'm impressed. Like I'm improving each day as I ride. Like just trying new things out. And we've got other riders that are trying new things out. It's going crazy, really.
Oh, that's cool, man. So where's your local trails and where do you normally ride?
Well, we live in Mosborough S20, and we've been putting the effort in. Mainly, my two riders of the group, Edward and Joseph, they've been up every night, and it's an old pit, mining pit, and it's like a built up banking, and it drops into like a really big field, like a 1 acre field, and all it is just big jump trails all the way down. They've just finishing off the most recent jump, which is 35 foot long. That's between the jump.
That's massive.
Yeah, we built it when it was 25 foot, and we thought it was too small, so we made it bigger.
Oh, 25 foot, just slightly too small. Let's make it even bigger.
Yeah, but that's what they've been doing. They've been putting the effort in, which is brilliant from them. But obviously, I put in the odd bit of work when I get down there. It's just hard when you're busy quite a lot, really.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. So like, what's your kind of like? Because obviously you've been riding for quite a while now. I mean, what's your kind of history with bikes? What's your earliest memory of like riding a bike and stuff?
Earliest memory was on my old street, just getting pushed back and forward by my mum and dad, just on one of those the bikes with no pedals, really.
Yeah.
And some of my funniest moments on the bike was really flying down the road trying to catch some of my friends in the car. Had V brakes on an old mountain bike with grip shift gears, not looking where I'm going, doing a no-hander. Went to pull the brakes in as I was heading towards a curb and a lamppost. Brakes unclipped. Went straight to the curb, hit the lamppost, knocked myself out.
Oh, God. Were you all right after that?
Yeah, laid there for an hour and a half.
Oh, God. I mean, I've had a fair few accidents, but like nothing quite like that one.
No, it's surreal, really.
So what's your bike now? What you're riding now, mate?
Well, I'm riding an on-one Cody 27.5. They're made in Sheffield, from where we're from.
Spot on. And you're like Sheffield through and through, yeah?
Yeah. They're brilliant bikes, really. My friend's just buying we've been obviously since my friend and I wanted to get one. Like obviously we've had Orange Fires together. We've always really had the same bike, and when we haven't had the same bike, we've not been happy. So we've ended up getting the same bike again. He got one. I bought the frame, built it all up from scratch. He ended up building it up with odd parts and stuff. Magura brake, snapped my Magura brake in half. I don't know if you saw that on the page.
I think I did, yeah.
Yeah, snapped it clean off, doing an endo. I tried to put my chin on the top of a post box doing an endo, and the next minute the brake snaps off.
Oh, God. But these things happen.
Pardon?
I mean, like, I'd done my first race yesterday, and like the guy I was talking to in the back of like the uplift, he was like, "We'll just do this for fun. Like, it's nothing kind of really serious." And I think like that sort of like aspect comes into it a lot, like just for fun. Because the majority of the time, like when you're out with your mates and stuff, and you do daft things and you hit trails and stuff like that, the best time is when you're riding with people, you know. And I think it's nice that you guys have got that kind of that community sort of building up, and you've got like a lot of people who are interested in you guys like as a brand, like but like as more of a kind of a way to kind of find people like who ride similar stuff to them. Because like if I go out on my bike, like there's a few people who ride road bikes, or I'll see a couple of people riding like mountain bikes or whatever, and some people talk, some people don't, and I think this kind of gives it gives people like a grounding for like being able to kind of start that kind of like, hello, I ride mountain bikes, you do as well, let's ride together kind of thing, you know. And And I think that's good. I think that's kind of like what I can see you guys doing as well. I mean, not to mention like you've got like cool t-shirts as well. The jerseys look really cool as well.
Yeah, I've got just one to send out to a fellow rider of ours now. It's just in the packet. I've had it about 3 months because he lives quite far away, so he's just waiting and he's going to come and collect it.
Yeah. Oh, they look really cool, man.
Yeah, they are. They're really awesome, but it's just a matter of time getting it all sorted. But I think once we've got the jerseys sorted, the jumpers, the t-shirts, obviously we're aiming, this is like a yeah, it's sort of a secret. We're just trying to plan it out within the race team. We're trying to get some. I know it's not very fun, but socks and gloves.
Yeah, no, socks are a big thing. Like I've seen a few people kind of getting like custom made socks and things like that. Like I'll be up for a pair of socks. Like if you can ride in socks, because I keep my riding socks separate from like my normal day to day.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah.
But socks, gloves, like gloves are like everyone will buy gloves. Like that's always a thing that people buy. Like especially if you have like very custom ones like for you guys, like with Rufftuff Riders and things like that. I think that's that would be something that would be pretty cool. Expanding the range a little bit.
Yeah, we've got to hit that point really. We've just got to go. If we don't go for it, we're not going to get anywhere. If we hit it head on, we might go big. We might go as same as we are. We might just do a little bit better. We don't really know yet, but we have been messaging sponsors throughout the year, and one of the biggest comebacks we've had is Absolute Black, and they've said, "Do you know the chain rings?"
Oh yeah.
And they've told me, he said, message me and I will get you sorted in January. So I'm hoping that goes through, because obviously that'll sort our riders out totally, because they've all got worn chain rings.
Yeah. I think I've got a worn chain ring as well, so I think I might start messaging them.
I've got a warm body from all this mountain bike.
Oh, I know. Honestly, I'm like a 60-year-old now, man. Yeah, but that's brilliant. That like thing is, or like, because like especially when like if you've got like so many followers, like if you've only got like under 1,000 followers, like I always found that like not enough companies took you seriously.
Yeah,
and it's good that companies do that though.
You need 2,000.
Yeah, it's yeah, but I think that's like, if they're taking an interest in you like that and they're seeing potential, like if these companies who have probably started off like similar to where you are, like, you know, and they're seeing the same things as what you're doing, like surely that's a good sign though, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm just hoping to get off the ground, sort our rider team out, because we've got I'll mention our best riders at the moment. We've got Mason. I don't know if you've seen these riders on our page, but we've got Mason, we've got Max, we've got Edward and Joseph. We've got a young lad called Joe just coming through at the moment. We've got a young lad called Charlie. We've got quite a few really, but they're some of the main riders. Obviously, I'm one. I don't know where I place myself, obviously, because I'm not like that. But yeah, they're all coming through, and I think they're going to be the main riders at the moment. And we've also got one called Kyle, but we're just going to have to sort it out, because these going to be the riders that we need and we love, obviously. But at the end of the day, we can't just pick and choose. We need to help all sort of riders.
Yeah, no, that's really what it should be all about. Like, it's helping as many people. I mean, that's kind of like the ethos of like my channel as well. Like I'm not like you know, the best mechanic. I'm not like the best kind of person for kind of advice and things like this. So like I'm kind of just like bumbling through things and like trying to help out like everyone. Like if you do come across the channel or the Instagram or anything like that, if somebody like messages me, or if they like send a comment, like I'll always reply. And I think that's what's important as well. Like,
yeah, people want feedback, people want helping out, don't they? These people coming into the mountain biking industry, they don't know what a chain is or a stem or a bar. You've got to just help them along the way, because someday they might be buying something off you. You never know, do you?
Well, this is it, you know, and you never know who they might turn out to be. Like, but just like treat everyone like as
With
like
same respect,
as a yeah, exactly, mate. You hit the nail on the head there. Like, just respect, because like a lot of sports, like you get it's like a lot of snobbery. I mean, don't get us wrong, like you 100% get snobbery in mountain biking,
Oh,
but like
terrible.
if you turn like yesterday, like I turned up with my Boss Nut Evo, and that's like subpar. Like, well, it's not subpar. It's like sub £1,000, bike
Yeah,
in a field full of like like maybe 2.5 to 3+ grand bikes. Like I was still smashing it down there, like with the rest of them, and I still didn't feel like my bike was like inadequate, and nobody made me feel like, oh, what's that thing there? Like, that's a cheap bike or whatever like that. And although some people do call it
yeah.
like
At the
a
end of the
Halfords
day,
bike,
them boss nuts, they're solid, aren't they?
Absolutely, mate. Like I'm not like the lightest of guys here. So like if I smash that, if I snap that frame, like I've done something pretty big. So like the only issue like I actually had yesterday was like the inner tube like I had in my wheel that went. That was the only thing. Like, nothing else went wrong. I mean,
Yeah. They
like,
will. My friend, one of our riders have got one. I don't know if you've seen Little Max. He's shredding on the caliber boss nuts, the normal one, the lime green and white one.
oh, the V1, yeah.
Yeah, he's had to upgrade it along the way, obviously, because they're made cheap, but they've got the intention that people are going to upgrade them.
Oh, 100%.
So
yeah.
what he's done with is he's upgraded the crankset to single speed with a gusset chain guide. He's upgraded to a rear Maggiore brake, tubeless, new tyres, just stuff like that. But obviously spacers and stuff, little bits there and here and there. But it has to be done. But the solid thing on the bike is the frame. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's just hard wearing.
I mean, I often say like, and this is like, people are probably gonna get sick of me saying this, like, but I genuinely have so much respect and so much love for Caliber bikes for making like these bikes. These bikes have turned into nothing short of like just pure magic. Like, the way that you can handle just about anything and you can upgrade them so that they can handle even more is just it's a testament to like how well they're made.
I think the next step for Caliber bikes will be more. Obviously, they need to keep the prices low because that's how they start the buyers and that's how they need to end with the buyers.
Yeah.
If they start booking the prices up like they are doing now, they're doing a entry level, mid entry level, and a big, like obviously the Century with lyrics and stuff. That's what he wants to keep, because you want to keep, or they could start with the same frame as the high spec one, but with low spec parts. Because end of the day, there's going to be a lot of riders that can only afford. Obviously, when it was me buying my bike, you can only afford so much, can't you? You can't just go and buy one of those $4,000 bikes.
Yeah.
Not every day, is it?
I find that like the thing is with this bike is it can be done on a cycle to work scheme, and it's not a massively expensive bike in the world of mountain biking. If you are serious about getting into it, like, it's a brilliant bike that will stand the trails. It will be beaten up and it'll still keep riding. Whereas if you go to somewhere like Halfords and buy a really cheap bike, you might get lucky, you might be okay with it, but at the end of the day, I know what I'd rather be riding, to be honest with you.
Yeah, 100%. That's why they're keeping the money. Like, obviously, some of the second-hand standard ones are still going for £500 odd. That's still a good price to say it's been second-hand, third-hand, all used and stuff. That's still a good price for a bike of that range.
100%. And like a lot of the times I've seen the bikes, like some of them, like the guys who are selling these second-hand bikes aren't even riding them. Like, they've rode them for a few times and thought, oh, I want to have something else or whatever like that.
A lot of people with too much money, isn't there? They find out, oh yeah, I can afford this. I like this mountain bike. Oh, I'll get that. But they start off on something like the Caliber that gives them the oomph for it all.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, like, I'll probably like, because I looked about like getting like an upgrade and things like this. I'm probably going to go up to like the Century or something like that eventually. Just something that a bit beefier that will kind of maybe suit me as a rider for what I want or something like that.
Yeah, I get you. End of the day, it's just one of those, isn't it? You just keep going until you feel like you need to upgrade your bike. You upgrade your bike. And some people say it makes it better, but it depends if you're in that mindset. If you're in the mindset that no bike's going to make you better, it's you that can only improve.
Yeah.
You will. But if you have the mindset that your bike's going to make you better, that's not true. Because I was, for years and years, I've been riding all sorts of different bikes. I've bought them, I've sold them, I've bought them, sold them. I've ended up settling down with this one because end of the day, I had a 2017 Marin a bit ago, which had a all sector, like similar spec to yours, but not as good. Had X-Fusion rear shock and stuff. Even had a dropper and hurt parts, but the wheels was just so terrible. I just felt like selling it, and I sold it all up. And then I just ended up getting this. Obviously, now I've got Halo Chaos wheels.
Yeah.
I've got Rufftuff pikes. Got a mud hugger on the front. I've got RockShox Monarch on the back. Got 11 speed. It's just awesome.
Yeah, no, it sounds like you've got like a really, really good setup, but the more important thing is it's set up for you as well.
Yeah,
like, you know what you want.
I'm just selling my Hurt. I bought a Hurt wheel, which I love Hurt.
Yeah.
I bought a brand new one a month ago, and because I didn't feel like spending £150 on a front. That's for a second-hand front Hurt. I didn't feel like spending it. I thought I'll just buy. I got a really good deal because the man snapped his YT for him, so he said, "I'll sell you all the parts off it for cheap," because I know him. So he sold me the pikes and the wheel set for cheap, so I bought them off him, and I'm selling my Hurt wheel at the moment, but it's what it is.
Awesome, man. So in the World Wide Web and on like social media and stuff like that, where do you guys belong? Where can people find you and stuff like that?
Mainly Instagram, because we started off on there. It's more easy. We've tried Facebook, but Facebook's more harder to operate, and I found that there's not many people wanting to like check you out on Facebook more than there is on Instagram.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of Facebook, to be honest with you. It's never really worked for me. Instagram, Twitter, on the other hand, I got into Twitter like a few months back, and it's brilliant. It's like really cool little community and stuff like that. I really like Twitter, to be honest with you. I've never really thought about using it, but I use it now. So
we'll have to give it a try.
What's your handle on Instagram then?
Pardon?
What's your name on Instagram? How do people find you there?
It's Rufftuff Riders UK.
Rufftuff Riders UK. I'll be leaving a link in the description box anyway, so like people can kind of click on that, find you there and stuff like that. Are you guys on YouTube as well, or?
Yeah, we are. Well, we've got a selection of accounts. We've got Rufftuff MTB, and we have got Rufftuff Riders UK.
Cool. Well, I'll get all of the information off you as well, so like people, and then I'll post that in the link as well, so people can find you guys. And then if you check out my Instagram as well, people.
Yes, I will. I'll add a link to your Instagram as well. Well, I wish you all the best in the mountain biking industry. Because, like I always say, I think that big things are going to be coming for as long as you keep that. Obviously, keep that content. I hope it's just gonna blast off, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I fully appreciate it, mate. Well, guys, I think that's going to be the shortest one we've had up to date. So thank you very much for joining me. I wish you all the best with Rufftuff Riders UK, and I hope that everything goes well. So thanks very much for listening in, guys. Don't forget, I'm the Northern Rider. Thanks for dropping in, and I'll see you guys in the next one.